Okay, I want to have a real conversation about being fat, plus size, thick, curvy, whatever you want to call it, and not being approached by men.
And you need to start taking initiative.
And I make myself approachable, but they aren't coming.
Why would a man waste his time approaching women just to get played in the end?
If you lost a great man, that's on you.
Ladies, if you want to meet successful single men, in other words, the most eligible bachelors around, I'm going to tell you exactly where these guys hang out.
Are men okay? Are you guys okay?
Good men do finish flat.
There is no rewards for being a good guy. You've been lied to all this time. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel. That's the only contribution we asked of you. Your support helps us reach a wider audience. Thank you.
Why American men are so different. In Colombia, I dated an Italian, a Canadian, a Spain guy, a guy from Canary Island, I don't even know how to say that in English, a British guy, an Argentinian, of course Colombian. But guess what? I ever dated an American. Now I'm here in United States and what can I tell you? I've been in the United States for 2 years and I'm not lying to you when I tell you that no one wants to take you seriously. Not only that, some men, they just want to be treated like a woman. It's so hard to find someone valuable, someone who wants to open their heart and build like real deep connections. That's almost impossible here. And it's so sad because at this point, I think I'm absolutely never having a boyfriend here. And this really makes me want to understand and like study, maybe do my research about why men here are so different. I'm even about to think that it's me, that I am having a problem, but I need answers.
This is what the women in the comments had to say about this. You are absolutely correct. I've dated a couple guys in America, and they were horrible. My first great relationship was with a guy who grew up in Europe. It's not you, it's definitely them. Women in America understand what you are saying. Yes, girl, I never met any other men sassier than American. Just when will these women take accountability for the men that they pick to date? They're all competing for the same types of man. And once they're hurt, they're so quick to say all men are trash and horrible. Honestly, this woman is for the streets. She's been around the world and dated different types of guys from different countries and still can't keep a guy. This usually happens when women are too picky about the guy they're dating. If all the guys she dated wasn't enough for her, then she's the problem. She's a walking red flag that's been around the world and still couldn't keep a man. She claims those men were great. Well, if those men were so great, why aren't you married?
Women, listen to me. They don't fucking do that. Is this your first time talking to women? Goddamn.
You want to know why men don't open up to women more? Because when they do, we take what they said and weaponize it 6 months from now when we're in an argument. And once you do that, you can guarantee that will be the last and final time he ever tells you anything again.
I agree.
Why do women keep using this word that men are intimidated? I don't know a single man that says they're intimidated because a woman owns a home.
Social media has ruined relationships not just because of cheating, but because the average male cannot compete with the amount of attention that women are receiving online. There's posts like this. And these posts have over 1 million likes and thousands of comments where women are getting their self-worth and their value from random strangers on the internet. And you think that the average male is going to be able to compete with any of that. They're not. You will never be able to compete with the amount of attention that she's getting from social media. And that's why a lot of women refuse to give up their social media or stop posting thirst traps the minute that they're in a relationship. Why? Because they know that you as a man cannot fill that void. But also it's made the average woman look like a 7 or an 8 when they're a 2 or a 3 or a 4. I have never seen a single person that I've seen online walking around in real life. Why? Because they don't look like that. So that's the other thing. Their ego goes way up here when really they need to be humbled. Okay, bye.
We are past giving up or trying. We have moved on to the point of ignoring. We stopped trying because we were tired of being lied to, cheated on, manipulated and used. Social media has ruined more than just relationships. I think it's mostly because women are looking for that super rich billionaire that looks like Brad Pitt, and we just can't compete with that. I gave up a few years ago. I just work on my business, travel, and I'm learning to love myself. Love your content. Like I said before, attention is like a drug to these modern women. If you men just stopped interacting with their post or Instagram accounts, they would lose their minds. They wouldn't know what to do anymore because all of the attention is gone. Social media has definitely killed relationships in so many ways, and every day more and more men are checking out of dating.
Okay, I want to have a real conversation about being fat, plus size, thick, curvy, whatever you want to call it, and not being approached by men. When I was younger, I understood that it was like, guys cared what their friends would think, and so they would be a little bit too scared to talk to you. But I'm grown, and I date people who are also grown or should be grown. So, what's going on? I just can't imagine a grown man saying to another grown man, "Oh, you like her? She's fat." And if your friend ever did that to you, I feel like you should think he's weird. That's really weird. Are you not embarrassed? Why do you care about what the next man thinks is attractive? Because let's be for real, I don't have a scarcity of people in my DMs. I don't have a scarcity of guys trying to talk to me privately. Obviously, I know that as a bigger girl, people are always going to sexualize us before they humanize us. So that's not really new to me. It's more so I don't know. I find that in my city, I'm from Atlanta. In my city, it's the worst. I go to New York often because my family lives there. And I don't know, it's just night and day. The guys in Atlanta do not treat me like a human. And I really do mean that. And another thing, this hair is isn't it giving? Anyways, another thing. What is with the way y'all rudely curve us? We don't even be interested in y'all. If I'm out with a friend and a guy wants to talk to one of my friends, I don't give a damn. But why do you have to oh no, you big fat bitch, I'm not talking to you. I don't know. Something's not adding up because y'all love your big fat refrigerator built mamas, but
men invest in women who invest in themselves. Your friend probably goes to the gym to make herself look more presentable to grab those men attention. If men aren't approaching you, it's because you don't invest in yourself enough. Instead of complaining, how about asking your friend about what she does to get the attention she's getting from those men? And why is it easier to spend $10 on food every day than it is to spend $10 a month on a gym membership? I just don't understand it.
Absolutely not.
She 1,000% signed a prenup. I wouldn't have married her if she didn't.
No, I didn't.
And it's not because I don't trust her, but because I'm not stupid either.
Hey.
This is what I believe.
No.
She's entitled to half of everything of mine that we accrued during our marriage and everything that she owned before our marriage. Everything I had before the marriage is mine.
No.
And just like my retirement is mine.
No.
So,
no.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
No,
So, yeah,
I didn't sign anything.
You signed it right before we signed our marriage license.
No, I did not.
It's not my fault you don't read stuff, but you did.
I didn't sign any prenup. I didn't.
Absolutely did.
No, I didn't.
1,000% you did.
No, I didn't. I would have never done that. I would have.
But you did it.
Dumb.
Then why did you do it? Riddle me that.
I didn't sign anything. And if there's a prenup, it's because you forged my signature. Because I never, ever, 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 ever would have signed a prenup under any circumstances.
There's a prenup on file, so you might want to look into that.
Why?
I just explained.
Do you not trust me?
Do you not trust me? So here's the thing. You don't have to worry if we don't get divorced.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't seem like an issue.
Okay, so why are we talking about it? Like,
because
I just don't.
This dude asked, or he said
We don't
something.
ever have to talk about that because there's no prenup. There doesn't need to be. You're
And
out of your mind.
I advise everyone that gets married to do a prenup. Just
no.
Things happen.
No, it doesn't work like that. Not in my world.
I guess you'll find out if we get divorced, right?
We're not getting divorced.
Then we don't have to worry. But yes, there's a prenup. And get a fucking prenup if you get married.
No.
I don't even know her and I don't trust her by the way she's talking. Hope you got a prenup signed. She want your house and money. 100%. Why is she so against a prenup? Her reaction is proof you can't trust her. Good call on the prenup. I 100% agree. I think a prenup should be done so both husband and wife, if get divorced, keep what was there before marriage and half of everything during marriage. She's just going to contest the prenup and say you made her sign it. She'll get it thrown out and take half your stuff. I'd file for divorce immediately after this. It's TikTok, and this can be satire for all I know. But nonetheless, this woman is a red flag. Any woman who's so against signing a prenup did not marry you for you. She married you because of what you have. Prenups are regularly thrown out. The court system is mostly against men when it comes down to it. The best way to go about it is to avoid marriage, or find a traditional woman that you can marry. Modern women are not where you want to go.
I go out and I make myself approachable, but they aren't coming. I get this a lot. A lot of us are not going out and co-creating the experiences that we want. We want to go out and get approached, but we're not going out and smiling and waving. We're like straightforward. This is how we walking. Head to the front. We don't engage with the world around us. I went outside, spent hours. Versus, oh, what inspired you to come out tonight? I don't know you, but you look pretty happy. I like talking to happy people. Simple invitations to connect. The easiest way is to really smile and wave in eye contact. I get approached so much. Eye contact, smiling and waving. And we're not doing it to get men. We're doing it to create more love in the world. So many of us are so focused on what we got going on in our brain, the goals we want to meet, and we don't really care about the world, for real. We're just like, who gonna do something for me today? Who gonna approach me today? That's how we look at the world. Versus like, all right, what am I gonna create as a woman? What am I gonna create for my feminine image as a woman, right?
What I mean by this is you have to be the decision maker. As much as the modern world is telling her to be this empowered girl boss, at the end of the day, she wants to be able to relax in the presence of you. So here are some examples of what this looks like. When you go on dates, you're the one who organizes everything. You give her time and day, you tell her to look beautiful, and you handle everything else. Don't pull that, what do you want to do bullshit. And trust me, any healthy girl will love this. And if there's somewhere she wants to go, she'll tell you, but otherwise you be the proactive one. Equally, if there are issues with transportation, you're the one who has to solve the problem. The Ubers aren't working, don't just stand there and expect her to figure it out. You should be that attractive, proactive guy that she wants to feel safe with. Act accordingly, and if you want more examples of how to do this, let me know in the comments.
To all men out there, she's only referring to the Chads, Tyrones, not the average guy working 40 hours a week and making an honest living. Have a good day. Gentlemen, do not listen to women on TikTok. They are trying to manipulate you. You left out the most important part. Be at least 6 feet tall and at least an 8 on a 1 to 10 scale. I'm pretty sure the only reason this video is posted is because she goes out frequently and the men she wants aren't approaching. Am I getting hotter? Just be honest and admit that you only want really attractive guys to approach you, and everyone else should not. I get it, it doesn't look good, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. So exactly at what point is it a relationship and not babysitting? You gotta give and take. And that's what these women cannot get through their heads. All of the men are correct, by the way. This only works if you're 6 feet tall, attractive, and making a certain amount of money. Maybe back in the days, this kind of advice would have gone a long way. But today in modern time, it's not even worth doing any of those things.
Good men do finish last. And I'm going to tell you why. When a woman finally meets a good man after being neglected, taken for granted, torn down, you name it, all these bad men, she finally meets a good man. She doesn't understand what she's done to deserve this kind of love. She doesn't know how to receive that love. And when a woman is in that state of mind, she is constantly looking for red flags. And when she finds one, even a small red flag, she will cling to it and mentally check out of the relationship, and the man doesn't even know it. And this is where a good man does what good men do, and they will continue to fight and give grace and time, thinking that she will come around, because he has no idea that she has already mentally checked out of that relationship. And trust me when I say that no good man would willingly choose to stay and fight for a relationship where he is not wanted. Therefore, good men do finish last because they are constantly punished for all of the bad men in a woman's past.
I'm 54. I don't go to bars, not on drugs, have a good secure job, my own home, and finish last. But now I'm okay with that. There is peace in being single. No matter what they say, women don't want a good man. Good men need to learn how to evaluate behavior patterns before getting into a relationship. Good men finish last because of bad women. Your problem is looking right back at you, in the mirror. I'm happy finishing last. I've been through the ringer, and who needs a woman when you got God? The good guy just never wins. The good guy is used as a last resort for these women who have hit the wall. That's when nobody wants them anymore. That's when they're finished giving themselves away to the Chads and Tyrones. That is the only time when they see the good guy to give them a chance. They see the good guy as a savior when they're on their last leg begging for help. The last thing you want to be is that last option.
Before you leave the nice good guy, let me paint an honest picture for you. That is going to be the biggest regret of your life. If you have a guy that actually listens to you, loves you, accepts you, and will fight for you, you won. You won. There's nothing else out there. People always want to leave at the first sign of trouble. And especially with social media, I feel like so many people have this grass is greener syndrome. Not thinking you're going to find someone better every time he asks you to fix some small little thing. And if you decide to stay and you don't work on reciprocating his energy, don't be surprised if he gets up and leaves one day. Men can put up with a lot, but only for so long. He needs someone that's going to fight for him and be there at his lowest lows. And if you can't do that with a nice good guy, what makes you think you can do that with anyone?
This one's for all the dudes that complain that they just don't want to approach women anymore because they think they're going to be slapped with sexual harassment.
And let's hear it.
Guys, you are making a mountain out of a molehill.
Really? And why is that?
You understand that that is worst possible case scenario.
Yes. And a lot of people's minds often go to the worst case scenario. I wonder, is one going to stop telling women to think of the worst case scenario when they're approached by men? Probably not, right?
And the likelihood of it actually happening is very, very, very slim.
I refer back to my previous question.
What's more likely to happen is that if you approach a woman and she is just not interested for whatever reason, which could be one of many reasons, mind you, she will likely just politely let you down easy.
Likely, yes. But that doesn't change the fact that most people's minds go off into what is the worst case scenario.
And in my professional opinion, that's worth taking the 5 seconds out of your day to go up to the woman that you're interested in and say hello.
Could it be worth it? Yes. Do a lot of guys want to risk the possibility of rejection or worse? No.
Because being all angry, butthurt in the comments, and just swearing off women and dating altogether is not helping you. It's only making your mental health worse.
What would really be nice to see is for some individuals to really stop downplaying the lived experiences of some men, as well as their fears and their feelings. I think we'd get a lot farther in communication if we would actually just start listening to each other.
The men just have heard it so much from different women saying the exact same thing and just called it quits. And I'm pretty sure the men's mental health is way better now that they aren't stressing over women or dealing with them anymore. The number one thing that a man requires is peace. And peace is not something these modern women are bringing to their table.